you guys remember from the last session?
I or Rusty bamfed us out of our little combat. Mist was very conveniently there and offered us a ride in exchange for helping her get this diamond.
I remember, don't touch the button or we all get an acid bath.
Ah, that one.
Yeah.
We're running
the
into
rat
space
shot me.
cops.
I remember the rat shot me.
Oh yes, that's true too.
Also,
Just a
there's
little
nothing
bit.
to do on the ship.
Yeah, Mist hasn't picked up a whole lot of games yet.
Just sit in a corner and play rock paper scissors for 3 weeks.
Next port call, we're stealing a billiards table.
Okay. So you've been traveling together for roughly a week, and you all hear in your head, Mist says, could all of you please come to the pilot house? We need to discuss something. And then it goes quiet again in your heads.
Syrinx looks at Mist and says, "Is this the pilot house?"
And she whispers back, yes, yes it is. And Syrinx, you can see, since you were already standing next to her, you're in currently a asteroid field, and the Dreamer is actually hiding amongst it. And out in the front viewport, you can see another vessel that looks like it has sails on it, only the sails are kind of shiny and gold.
Pretty.
If Rusty is replying, Mist says, it's that area where I sit with a chair with the tentacles that wrap around my head.
The icky room.
Icky room. I love
But everybody has their own preference room. Sorry.
I like that Rolf accidentally goes to the tail end of the creature and he says, "You said the icky room. This is the most disgusting room on this place."
Okay. Once all of you get up there, you can also see what Syrinx is seeing, that the Dreamer seems to be amongst this asteroid field. You can kind of see some of its tentacles, and the tentacles' color is matching the asteroids around you. And out the front viewport, you can see another vessel with the sails on it. Okay. Once you are all there with Rusty just outside of the room, Miss says, your companion, Rusty, had been talking to me about trying to make a permanent solution to you fleeing from Nox. And that vessel out there might be your solution. That is a Gith-Yankee vessel. It looks from the sails like it is the Astral Knife. They have a thing about calling their ships Astral something or other. I don't know why.
I'm still really confused about why this guy is really after who exactly? I've never seen him before.
Was that really laggy and like cutting in?
Uh-huh.
Anybody?
Really
Okay.
eggy.
Yeah.
Are we sure he's even after us? I'm maybe we were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, that's up for you guys to determine, but as soon as that ship sees us, they are going to attempt to fight us. The Gith kind of hate all other races, the Gith-Yankee specifically, not the Gith-Sarai. That's a whole nother story. But as soon as they see us, they will attempt to fight. I've had quite a few run-ins with them lately. And if we can take that vessel without damaging it too much, you could take that one for yourselves, and I could lead Nox on a merry chase, since he, I believe, will think, possibly, that you're with me.
Sure.
Could we just have you drop us off someplace else and have him follow you there?
Entirely possible. If you want to do that, we can do that as well.
So what I'm hearing is you'd all like me to become the captain of that vessel right there. And he points at that vessel.
I don't care.
It is
As long
up to
as
you.
I'm not in
I have always fancied myself cool captain's hat.
Dazar. our fish even have cannons?
No, the dreamer does not. He has tentacles.
So, what are you suggesting?
Not sure.
So we could go about it a couple ways. The dreamer can send you over to their vessel, which most likely they won't be expecting, and then the dreamer can use his tentacles to somewhat damage the ship to distract them as you either take them out or incapacitate them. Or we could flee. We could attempt to run.
I kind of prefer the screw them before they screw us plan.
Okay.
Question for you though: if we ended up taking their vessel, who's going to be chasing after us, coming back to try to get the vessel back? We're going to have two people chasing us instead of the one. I don't think it's a good idea.
That is also a factor to be considered.
Ralph, Sadak, what do you guys think?
I'm also a little confused. If you give us this ship now, how do you know we won't skedaddle and not get you your diamond?
Oh, I don't.
You're very trusting. I like you.
I think it seems like a trap.
It's less
Yeah, I don't
trusting
trust
and
you.
more that I understand that you have things you yourselves are attempting to accomplish.
Survive.
How do we get from in here to out there?
The dreamer would take care of it.
He's drunk. He's drunk. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I'm like about to do
Yeah.
AI.
Ah,
Yep, he's completely
Brilliant.
frozen.
Or we could just have the big guy throw you.
Oh.
Rolf is bored. Rolf would like to board the ship.
Would Ralph like to throw the little kitty cat?
Rolf will throw the cat.
Do it.
Okay. If that is your decision, I will have the dreamer send you over there in their hold, so you should have a chance to either incapacitate their ship if you like, or to sneak up and do other damage. I would like to give one of you this nodule rock, and as soon as you are ready to come back, speak into it. I will be able to hear you, and the dreamer can bring you back if you need.
I'll take it then.
Okay?
If no one else will.
Yep. So, Samio, Sameo, you are given this kind of greenish jade-colored rock.
Before you go, how many times can you make that rock? Because we might have to come back a couple times.
Once. It's basically once you are done or ready or in over your heads that you should use it.
Now, hypothetically, if we're going to use it, is it a free action or is it an action for us to do it? I mean, I trust people, but if I don't have enough time and I need to go, I just want to make sure we don't leave anybody. That's what I'm asking.
Action.
If we were to pretend this was a game and that there
Right.
were turn-based actions and
It's a bonus action to interact with it. Because all you have to do is speak into it. Alright, so long as you all agree, you kind of feel this weird sensation.
Before, I was going to make sure, what do we need to speak before we go? Because if we leave and we speak something into it, we don't know the word, we can't get back. So I want to make sure we get the activation word before.
Mist, we're ready to come back.
Oh, okay. Just making sure I wasn't something special.
Nope, nothing special. Alright, so you feel this kind of pressure around you, and you have that kind of same sensation of lights passing by you, and you are suddenly in the hold of what looks like a common sailing vessel. Only all around you seem to be crates of food. Why did that? No. Why is Sammy... Wait, what the hell? Okay, I'm good.
Well, I'm in the void.
Party's over. She just killed us all.
Yep.
Lots been phlogiston.
Teleportation accident. Oh no.
Yep. Around you, it does look like wood is the whole, except it's much denser and a very dark color. Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative, but you are going to have some options before the Gith are aware you're there. And turn. And where you are. Turn. Where did the kitty go? There you are. Okay. Rolf, what was your initiative?
17.
Thank you. Sameo?
13.
Serix?
13 also.
Okay. I am still missing... Nope. What the hell? Why did that just happen? Why? Why do you mock me?
Because it's fun and there were treats.
Rusty, what was your initiative? 5? Okay, thank you. I am still missing Sadak, I believe. It's right there.
22.
Doot, 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 doot.
Do 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 do.
Okay, I believe that is everyone. So, what would you guys like to do first?
So we're in the hold, right?
Yep, you are in the hold. There's a whole bunch of crates around you. Various things that these Gith Yonki have collected from other vessels. You can see that kind of towards the back of this hold, there seems to be several cages with kind of some bundles of fabric. From right now, you're not sure if there's anyone actually in them, but there is lumps in the cages.
Okay. Do we see any Githyanki down in the hold?
Not down here.
Okay. I'm gonna creep on over towards the cages.
Okay, go ahead and give me... Well, are you trying to sneak?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Okay. You are able to get right up to the cages. You don't seem to be noticed at this moment. When you get closer to the cages, you can actually see that bundled up in the rags in there are some humanoid creatures. Looks like an elf and possibly a human in a couple of the cages. And in the third cage, I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but it looks like a squid head. Lots
Like
of tentacles.
Okay.
squid in a box.
Are they? They're just in cages. Are they bound or gagged or anything?
No, they're not. They seem to be sleeping at the moment.
Okay. Then I will just creep back and let people know that there's living cages, things in the cages that might alert our presence. How close are the cages to the door?
They're far from the door. They're on the opposite side of this hold from the ladder well leading up.
Okay. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone else wants to do?
Probably be interested in those cages as well and sneak over.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Maybe not take the exact same path you did, but
Okay. All right. Same
Just in case
thing.
someone
You're
fire
able to
let 'em-
sneak right up to the cages and look at them. You can see the squid-headed person, an elf, and a human.
Is there anything else about them? Like, are they conscious? Are they shackled inside?
So they are shackled inside. They're not bound, but there does seem to be chains around collars
Okay.
leading to the back of each of their cages. And both Skralt and Sameo, you would have seen that the squid-headed person seems to have some sort of circlet around their head that's actually cutting into its flesh.
Okay.
And none of us know what that is, right?
You can roll an Arcana check for me if you're trying to identify the circlet.
Sure. It is unlikely. Wait, that's not right. That's not.
That's awesome.
That's not. No, shush. That's wrong.
Okay.
That's it. It's a 15.
All right, Syrinx, you recognize this circlet as something to bind a mental. It basically casts feeble mind on a creature, so long as it's attached to it.
But do we recognize that that's a mind flayer? That was the more important part.
Oh yes, you recognize that that's a mind flayer.
That was the more important.
He didn't care about what was around its head. He just
I'm
wanted.
going to suggest that this passenger be left where he is. We can assess the other ones on a one-to-one basis, but I'm a little racist where these things are concerned.
Okay.
Time to space the Ithilid.
I think whatever we do, we should, kill all the Gith Yonki, right?
They seem like
Sure.
assholes. I'm fine with that.
A fine plan, my friend. Rolf will start heading towards the door.
Okay. All right. Sadak, you in the turn order are actually first with Skrelt, so we'll go ahead and start turn by turn, because as soon as you get up that ladder well, you're going to be very close to the Gith.
Lovely.
So Skrelt or Sadak, who wants to go first?
I don't care. I don't have anything to go on yet, so.
Okay.
So Sprout just wants to get close enough to the ladder. He doesn't want to. Is it a ladder going up,
Yeah,
or is it a?
It's a stairwell going up.
Okay, I just want to get close to the door, and then I want to hold my action to start shooting after Ralph goes running through.
Okay.
Damn it. Or so. Now it's my turn, and I have to go up the ladder. I'm holding my action down here with you. This is the worst.
Could you just like take a step back and say Rolf after you and then follow him up?
Since you haven't alerted the Gith
I'm
yet,
just very ranged.
I will allow that since you haven't actually alerted the Gith yet. If you want to allow Rolf to go up and then both of you, we start turn actions after that, I am fine with that.
Yeah, because I think he's a little bit more tanky than I am. I really don't want to be up there.
Smart move.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go in after him.
All right, Rolf. If you're trying to sneak, roll a a stealth check for me? Nope. Okay. So as you're going up the ladder well, you are going to have a chance to do some... Why can I not brain today? You're going to have a round where you can do something before the Gith notice you. So at the front, as you're heading up, you are right about where you are here. You can see on the main area of the vessel that there are about 10 Gith figures who have very yellow skin, kind of flat noses, pointy ears. What would you like to do?
Do any of them look like a wizard or a magic user? Or something that I would recognize as?
Roll a perception check for me.
All of them look like wizards. They even have pointy hats. Well,
Thank
see?
you.
She agrees.
I got you.
Okay, you notice that most of them are in armor. However, this one right here seems to be in looser robes with kind of fluffy pants.
I give a scream and charge him.
Okay.
Yes.
Parachute pants? Or just like pajama pants?
Kind of like pajama pants with a robe over the top of it. Okay, so go ahead and move up next to him, and you can have your first attack with advantage.
I'll also be a... Wait a minute, is rage in action? Or is it bonus?
Bonus?
Alright, I also enter rage.
Alright, so bonus action rage.
Yep.
I hate magic.
Ah! Smash!
Roll smash. Oh, well, that's your character sketch now.
Okay. Alright, the 20 hits. So, first attack, go ahead, roll damage.
But I could get a crit, which I do not. Okay.
Alright, roll damage.
Then the second attack.
$18 still hits.
So that's 28 points of damage.
Okay, so he kind of screams in surprise and pain as you slice into him. You kind of feel a tingle in your head as all the other Gith look towards you. Alright, Skrout and Sadek.
Okay. So I pop up. I want to shoot somebody who's armed.
Okay.
Like, are they holding weapons right now? I don't mean like, does anybody have weapons in their hands? Any guards or?
Not yet. They do have weapons, but they're all sheathed right now.
Okay. So in that case, I'll just shoot who's ever closest to the door.
Okay. So that would be probably this Gith right here.
Okay. Where is the door? I'm having a hard time seeing.
Sarex is kind of standing. His token right here is kind of where the ladder well comes up.
Oh, okay. So this guy is actually right next to the door ladder.
Right.
Okay. In that case, I don't climb up the ladder. I sit down at the hatch and blow him, try to shoot him through the hatch and get him away from the door.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and make both of mine sharpshooter.
Okay.
So 22 and 19. Sorry, 17 and 16.
Okay, the 17 hits.
Okay. So he takes 22 points of damage.
Okay.
And I am going to go ahead. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use. I'm going to use my precision shot to try to make that second one a hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that
Okay.
now hits.
Yeah, so he doesn't take additional damage on that one. He just takes the 22 and then the 19.
Okay. Now I have to do math.
Uh-oh.
No, anything but that.
Not on the weekend.
We have calculators if you need them. Also, if it's easier for you, you can give them all 1 health, and it's so much easier.
Okay, so that one is looking really hurt. Definitely bloody. He is kind of takes one knee as your shots fire into him. All right, Sadek.
All right, I'm going to go up the ladder, and guess I will be right here. And I guess I'm facing this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bonus action, go into my low dragon stance, and I'm going to use my elemental strike against him.
Okay. That misses.
All right. I'm going to use my extra attack to do it again.
Okay. That hits.
All right, and I'm going to use a key point to use Matter Skanda, which basically means that they have to make a dex check or they get knocked prone, and they have disadvantage since I'm in my low stance.
Oh, I'm pretty sure 5 fails.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he is on the ground. How much damage does he take?
Hold on a second. 2.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
All right, so it is now the one that you just knocked over's turn. He is going to crawl back up, and then I have to look at his stats. And he is going to pull from his back this very silvery-looking greatsword, and it will attempt to attack you with it. 27?
Yeah.
Alright, so as this hits, you actually feel something like ripping into your mind as well as this slicing into you.
Lovely.
16 points of slashing damage and 12 points of psychic damage as the sword carves into you.
Bye bye, Firebender. Oh.
Stop it.
Guess we should have brought the Avatar instead.
Okay, so he is not going to take his second attack, but after this, you hear in your mind someone telling you to surrender. And actually yelling in as well of where the fuck did these people come from?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, they would. Okay, Rolf. It is now your actual turn in the turn order.
If the wizard is still up, I keep hitting him.
Okay, go for it.
got a purpose.
Yep.
And it's to squash the spellcaster.
Always gank the spellcaster first.
Fair.
First attack,
Okay, that hits.
second,
That one misses.
and the third.
That one misses as well.
A spellcaster with armor class? I don't approve.
Oh yeah, and by the way, the other part of that ability that I used, the first attack that enemy uses that got knocked prone has disadvantage.
Ah, well then let me roll that again to see if it would have actually missed.
Stop.
Yep.
Jesus.
Hey,
Stop
but you
rolling.
wasted a DM crit. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're welcome, whoever is going to get hit next.
My money's on Rolf.
Okay.
I don't know why you would assume that. Just because he's there swinging wildly.
Giant red mohawk charging across the deck. It tends to attract attention.
Okay, so
No.
he is
Sound a large
stealth.
gong going off.
So he is
Somewhere in the
bleeding
distance.
fairly profusely. He is still alive though. Is there anything else you would like to do? Oh, hi, kitty.
Stop.
Okay. So unless you have anything else to do, it is going to now be where are you? This Yankee's turn, who is going to swing at you, Rolf. Actually, yep. He is going to go ahead and attempt to hit you. 18.
That hits.
Okay.
Okay, I believe you.
11 points of slashing damage and 16 points of psychic damage as you feel as though this sword is trying to rip your soul from its own body.
Oh.
And you also hear in your mind someone telling you to surrender.
All right.
Okay. Sierix, you're up next.
Syrinx is actually going to turn to the other cell that had the non-illithid prisoner and kind of rattle on the bars and be like, hey, wake up. Let's see if you can get that guy up.
Yeah, they startle awake, and you have this elf and human and illithid now staring at you wide eyes. Okay.
So now that they're awake, I will introduce myself. Good evening. My name is Captain Rix, and I am commandeering this vessel. Do the two of you know how to sail?
Yes?
Fantastic. Would you like to join my crew?
Absolutely. If you'll get us out of here, we would really like... Oh, Puma, I am going to spray you with water.
I don't understand. Is Puma one of you?
Yes, the human is Puma.
Very good. I like it. I'm part Puma as well, as you can see.
Oh.
Aw, precious. So, yeah. If they swear their undying fidelity to my crew, I shall pull forth my crowbar and commence breaking them free.
Okay, yep, they swear fealty pretty quickly. They seem pretty desperate. The illithid just drools.
Yeah, I don't want to free him.
Okay.
I will point that out, that this is an offer just for them. That guy stays exactly where he is, and I him disdainfully.
Okay, go.
I'm still there. As part of this, can I ask Syrinx, why not this guy?
Yeah, you can.
I'm still standing there, so why not him?
Well, Dahlia, I say as I...
I'm not Dahlia! Wait, hold on. Wait. I thought I changed
your
that.
name because, you know what?
Shit. You know what it was? Is I thought we were gonna... Never mind. It doesn't
All
matter.
right, work with me. Just tell me what the name is, and I'll keep going while you fix it. All right.
Damn.
Sameo? Yeah, huh? Well, Sameo, I say as I grab my crowbar and slam it into the lock to start working. You see those tentacles there? He likes to lash those on people's skulls and suck out their brains, and he has no compunctions as to who he does it to. In fact, they like to do it to everyone they meet. It doesn't matter if you're smart or stupid.
Go
You've met him
ahead
before?
and I would actually allow either a dex or a strength check for the crowbar, because you're probably going to wedge it in and try to torque
Yep.
the lock. So go ahead and make a check for me to see if you can break the lock. Yes, you break the lock.
Oh yeah. It's a matter of leverage, as you see. The
Alright.
self-proclaimed Captain Rix opens the cell for his new crew to sally forth, and actually he'll hand the crowbar to one if they need a weapon.
Okay, so they do still seem to have collars around their necks with chains leading to the back of their cell. But Sameo, you are now up.
Can I really quick insight to see if I believe what he's saying about the mind flare?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I believe you.
I believe you. Okay. I mean, I know, but she's just like dirty hippie. So everybody should be free and happy, even when they want to eat your brain. What could it? A dagger probably wouldn't be enough to break through those chains, huh?
No, you could
But my
try.
crowbar is currently being offered up.
Syrinx is holding up a crowbar at the moment.
Would a crowbar? How would a crowbar break chains?
Carefully.
Smash
I don't
really,
know.
really
You
hard
tell me.
You just go to where those chains anchor to the wall, and
And
you
pop it off.
stab it into the anchor point, and yeah, you pry.
Why didn't
And
you
they
do
can
that?
use their chains as weapons. Yes.
Attached to their neck, that seems like a poor idea, but
Listen,
I'll...
they're cannon fodder. Just don't tell them that.
You can't tell me that because then I won't do it. Do you tell me that or no?
Hmm.
That was very non-committal of you.
No, I didn't say that out loud. They might have heard me.
Okay, so with that really shitty insight, I'm gonna go and try and help free them then, not thinking that they're cannon fodder, just trying to be a good person.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know, would you want me to make a strength or...
Strength or dex with the crowbar?
Let's do dex, because that's a lot higher. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pop it from the wall. I'm going to put
Okay.
these at the very low end.
Oh, Scott's here!
Yay!
Scotty doesn't know
Oh my god.
that Fiona and me doing in my
Hey!
Hey! Where'd my turn order go?
He does have goggly hangover eyes. Look at him.
Oh my god! Where did my turn order go? It just disappeared.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungover.
Well, fudge monkeys.
I'm sorry, it wasn't me.
Nope. Something happened to it. I clicked wrong or something, and now my turn order is completely disappeared.
Yeah.
So.
Is that... Ah, there it is.
Yay!
There's the turn order back.
Thank you.
I love how when Scott moves his webcam, it looks like a movie, like when you have the drunk, right? And they're like trying to show it,
Yeah, yeah.
like where they're walking down and they get that, yeah,
That wobble.
yeah.
I'm really confused right now, but okay.
It's really good to see you, honey.
Oh. You get some coffee or something.
I just woke up, so.
Okay. Alright, so that was Sameo's turn. It is now this guy's turn, who is going to attempt to... Oh, you're down below, so he's going to go after Sadak. And... You... You actually don't see him do so. He kind of like moves his hand, and you suddenly have ropes wrapping around your feet. Go ahead and make a dex check to see if you can quickly step out of whatever it is he's doing. Scott looks really confused.
That's just a lot of gift.
Yeah, there is. Oh no.
Nope.
Okay, so yeah, you've got ropes wrapping around your ankles.
Lovely.
Yeah, isn't it though? And now it is this one's turn, who is going to go ahead and move 5, 10, 15, over here to where Rolf is, and is going to attempt to hit Rolf.
Yeah, Scotty, the other thing about it being a lot of Gith is we only have 2 of our party up there fighting them all.
Yep.
Yeah, because nobody else is coming up the damn ladder.
I was going to, but I'm stupid and got convinced to help free cannon fodder. I was gonna shoot people, but
Being far
no.
Roth up here.
All right, Rolf, does a 27 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice that this one didn't pull out a greatsword. It actually pulled out a rapier, and it isn't as silvery as the great swords that the others are using. So you only take 15 points of piercing damage that time. Which, if you're raging, I believe you half that.
Yeah.
It's only 15.
Yeah, and you halved the slashing damage earlier, correct?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Alright, and now, as you're all standing up there, you see the Dreamer drifting out of the asteroid field, Rolf and Sadak, and you see a tentacle come slamming down towards the sails of this vessel. And you can see that the Dreamer's tentacle actually rips into the sails and leaves a big gash in one of them.
Are we supposed to be using this ship later?
I was just thinking that.
Which now the Gith have several of them turn and see that the Dreamer is there, so you kind of hear in your heads kind of a chattering sound. You don't know exactly what they're saying, but you can kind of tell the Gith are talking back and forth. So now it is this one's turn, and he runs over to what looks like a cannon on one side and actually seems to be prepping it to fire. It is now the guy in the robe's turn. Aren't you lucky? And he is going to Misty Step over here. So, Rolf, right in front of you, this guy that you've been trying to hit, suddenly kind of a silvery mist encompasses him, and he disappears to the front of the ship. And he is going to go ahead and... seems to cast a spell on himself, and it kind of like glows around him. Rusty.
So depending on how loud it is, I might take my time to go up the ladder, but I'm probably going to try to stealth before I go up there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to see if I need to do anything or if it's too much of a fight and then continue hiding.
Okay, so there is a lot of sounds of fighting up top. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. Okay, you think you're hidden. What would you like to do?
So I'll make my way up the ladder, see if I can go and try to help. Maybe if I can try to sneak up on somebody, possibly would be. But if I see too many people, I'm going to try to hide a little bit more. So
Okay,
I'm pretty much crawling up there, looking to see if I can actually help.
Alright, so you do see, once you crawl up the ladder, there's a couple of people here and here that Sadak, it seems to be squaring off against. You can see that Rolf has a couple of well-armored people right next to him. And as you peek up, you can also see that the Dreamer has come out of the asteroid field.
I think since Ralph's a little bit closer, probably, because if I'm climbing up the ladder while I'm over here, around their area.
Okay.
Probably just going to try to do a little bardic inspiration for Ralph, since he seems like he needs the most help since there's closest to him.
Okay.
I believe it's D8.
Alright, Rolf, you are feeling very inspired as the Dragonborn comes up, and how do you want to inspire him? Do you want to sing or cheer him
D6. Well, I have my little ocarina, and I'll play a little tune for him, but it's off key for some reason because I don't know how to tune it. So probably I think it's more annoying him than inspiring him, but it gives him the same effect because it's out of tune.
Okay.
Just starts frothing at the mouth even more.
Like, damn it.
So it's a die 6, not a die 8. And I think I'll just hang low.
All right. It is now
Cool.
Disa guy's turn. And he is going to go ahead and rush over to where the ladder is. And he's going to take out a couple of chains and attempt to get them around Sadak's upper torso. So you can give me either a dex or probably a dex check. Unless you have something for athletics, you can use athletics.
Yes, I do.
All right, so please roll athletics against his 12 attempting to wrap you. All right, win goes to you since it's a tie. You managed to evade him wrapping it around you.
All right.
And then this guy is going to come assist him with this cannon, and this one is going to actually run over to what looks like another cannon over here. And where is that last guy? And I don't think this one's... Is that one gone? Yeah. And he is going to run over here to help him with this cannon. Alright, Sadak, you are up.
All right. I'm going to use one of my forms, battering flames,
Okay.
and everybody in a 10-foot range around me takes a dex check
Okay.
as fire just blasts around me.
Alright.
Is that gonna hit me too down at the bottom of the ladder? How tall is the ladder?
Ladder's only about 10 feet. So that's going to hit at least 4 of the Gith, probably Skrelt, and probably Rolf.
Sorry.
Oh no, that's cool. Get him.
Pretty sure a 22 makes it for this guy that slashed at you, but the other 3 Gith fail.
All right.
So what happens to them?
They take the ones who failed take 2d6, and then the one that succeeded takes half that.
Okay.
What was the target?
All of them.
No, what's the save?
It's
What's the
16.
target? Oh, okay. So shit.
Alright, go
Cool.
ahead and roll the damage.
5.
Okay. So, where are you? Here? Alright. This guy dies.
Rip.
Okay. Yes, Erix, you can start smelling what smells like amphibian cooking.
Gross.
Yeah. Alright. Skrelt, you are up next.
I still have a
Oh,
extra attack,
okay. Sorry. Belay my last.
which I'm going to use 2 more key points to use a searing ray, which is basically scorching ray, and I'm going to hit this guy right here, this asshole right here.
Okay.
Not to be confused with this hassle. This one.
All 3 of them are going right at him too.
That definitely hits. That hits. And that hits.
That's 22.
Okay. He kind of snarls at you as your fists fly at him. Okay. Now is it Sprout's turn.
Okay. Well, now I think this guy is right by the hatch, right?
Yeah, both that one and the one that Sadak just hit are fairly close to the hatch.
That's the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and Sadek is chained by that one, right? And that one missed?
No, this was the one that was attempting to chain him. He does seem to have some sort of rope around Sadak's feet, but you're not entirely sure who did that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to sharpshooter shot into him and miss. And then I will do it again.
Okay.
And then I am going to. What's he holding?
He's holding a great sword.
Okay. I'm going to try to make him drop the great sword. I don't think a 15 is going to hit him.
Nope.
Wait, no, I'm not going. I'm going to precision strike again. Sorry.
Okay. Nope, that's still not quite enough. Sorry.
Oh, that was horrible. Okay. Yeah. Then I don't do anything. I'm sitting in there reloading, getting out of the way of the hatch for someone else to run up.
Okay. So, your guns are very loud. It is now the one that you just fired at's turn, and you now have his attention. So he is going to try to go down the ladder well, and attempt to hit you with his greatsword.
Okay. See that? Get an attack of opportunity?
Yes, he does.
All right.
That definitely hits.
With my scimitar, so.
Okay. And now he is going to attempt to hit Sprout. $18 to hit?
Yep, that's.
Okay. $15 points of slashing damage. And 7 points of psychic damage as you feel as though this sword is trying to rip your soul from you.
Okay.
It's an unpleasant feeling.
Yeah.
Quite. Rolf, it is now your turn.
I will open up my attacks on whichever of the two Gith had the sword that did the psychic damage.
Okay, so... Where did he go? So... One of the ones that did the psychic damage should be this one right here.
Alright. He gets my undivided attention then.
Okay. Uh, 14 misses. 21 hits. $26 hits.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Alright, is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Alright, it is now this guy's turn. And he is going to go ahead and attempt to... You see him pull some sort of vial out of his pocket and drinks it, and he seems to disappear.
They're
That's
cheating.
Which guy?
Oh, that's a good thing.
This guy right here.
Okay.
I almost just pointed at my screen like that one right there.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Syrinx, you are up next.
Jesus.
So was Samayo successful in extricating the chains for these guys?
For one of them is still chained.
Gotcha. So I'm going to go ahead and say, toss me the crowbar, and then I will proceed to work on the chains from the other one.
Okay.
Same idea, going to the anchor point, throwing that into the anchor point and prying. Let's see here. Scrolling
My
back up.
overhand toss the crowbar like catch.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be enough for that chain. So both of them
Fantastic.
are freed. They still have a length of chain on them, but it looks like they're wrapping around their wrists so that they
Yep.
can start heading up.
Smart blokes, I like it. So I will turn to them and say, go forth in the name of Captain Rix and liberate my vessel.
Okay. Sameo, you are up next. I don't know why they're in the turn order ahead of you. They are going to go after you.
Just like, put me back in the cage. It's fine. Peeking up the ladder when I look around, who of our, or sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, you can't peek up the ladder. There's a guy with the greatsword right in front of the bottom of it.
Yep.
Who
He's
just
kind of like,
Oh, I
attacked
must
me.
have missed that.
yeah, he's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like
Yeah.
standing on the ladder and just swung towards Skrout.
Then never mind. I'm just gonna shoot that guy.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. Who looks the most damage? But if that's there, yeah, I'm just gonna. Oh, Hunter's Mark. Damn it! I'm not used to that. Sorry. Can I Hunter's Mark him first?
Yes, you can. And
Okay,
18
thank
does
you.
hit.
Okay. God damn it. Oh, my first ranger. No one judge me. Phew.
Okay.
I should get my real bow as a prop and sit here and aim it at the camera.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do, or can you fire again?
Actually, I forget. I may be able to fire again. Sorry, hold on.
You should have extra attack
Mhm.
if you're
Yeah, I was
just
gonna
ranger.
say, I think I do. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah. Let's just put. I definitely can.
Yep, that hits.
Much less damage. Oh well.
Does Hunter's Mark go with every attack?
It said whenever I hit them with a weapon attack, I have advantage. I deal an extra
1d6.
1d6 to a creature I can see whenever I hit with a weapon attack.
Okay, thank you.
Alright.
So that's...
Thank you, Tucker.
Alright, he is looking very hurt, bloody. He's kind of... goo is dripping onto the floor, but he is still standing. Alright, it is now these guys' turns, and they are going to run up to that guy next to Skrout, and both of them are going to attempt to wrap the chains around his neck.
To Skrull or to...
To the Gith. Not to Skrull. And this guy is able to dodge out of the way, though. I will say, Skrull, though, that any melee attack, you would have advantage with them. Actually, any attack you make is going to have advantage as they are harrying him. Alright, now these guys are going to fire against the Dreamer, and you see kind of like a lightning blast go and hit the Dreamer, and all of its tentacles kind of wiggle. No, misses. So, you see the lightning blast next to the Dreamer, but it doesn't actually hit the Dreamer. And that guy was this guy, I believe, who is going to once more attempt to get Sadak grappled. 21.
Want me to do an athletics check?
Yes, please. Okay, so you just deftly dodge as he is trying to get those chains on you. It is now the Dreamer's turn, and the Dreamer, one of his tentacles is going to slide over and attempt to hit him. Yeah, and this guy just gets ripped off of the ship by the Dreamer, and you see it gets popped into the Dreamer's mouth. And you can kind of hear screaming in your head as the Dreamer just rips him off the ship.
Like that guy who got ate by the Sarlacc pit on Star Wars, because that's what I heard in my head.
Okay, and these guys are going to attempt to fire at the Dreamer as well. And misses. This guy seems to be screaming at his crew in their heads, but does not approach any of you. He is going to cast... How does non-detection work? I need to look that up real quick.
It just makes it so they can't scry on you or see you with invisible sensors.
Okay, that's not what he's going to do then. Yeah, he's going to keep calling out commands to his crew mentally. Rusty, you are up. The Gith that was right next to you just got ripped off the ship and eaten.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just trying to figure out the distance. How much each square?
I'm treating him as 5 feet, even though the ship is slightly larger than that.
Okay. Definitely plenty. And so the closest one that's right here, it's attacking, fighting with Rolf. I'm going to use Vicious Mockery on it.
Okay.
You can be going.
You look like an armpit of an unshaven bog hag.
And punch in there, and it's 2d4.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
And so he's going to have disadvantage on his next attack, correct?
Yeah, if he fails his wisdom throw.
Okay. Now...
DC 15.
Okay. What is your... Still +2, okay. Nope. Alright, so he kind of... From your vicious mockery, he kind of holds his head and seems depressed. And it is now this guy's turn, and he is going to attempt to hit you, Rolf, with disadvantage. 15 to hit?
Doesn't hit.
Awesome. That mockery seems to have been very effective. And
You're welcome.
these two are using their turn to attempt to load the cannon again. So, back up to Sadak.
I'm going to take a hit. That guy right there.
The one at the... This guy is down the ladder well.
Is he down the ladder now?
Yeah, he's... I mean, you can
Alright.
probably still hit him, because he's standing, like, on the ladder, since he was trying to get to Skrout, but he is below
Alright.
you.
I'm going to hit this guy then.
Okay. Oh, that misses.
Alright, extra attack, hit him again.
That hits.
6 points of damage.
Alright. Would you like to do anything else?
How is this? Am I like stuck in the same place that I am because of this?
You've got ropes around you, so you could try to move, but it would probably trip you.
Then I'll stay.
Okay. Silence, phone!
Now I just want to start messaging her every now and then just to get it going.
I really wish I knew why my phone started doing that. It probably needs an update. Oh well. So, yes, if you were to try to walk, it probably would trip you.
Yeah, I'll stay right where I am then.
Alright. Sprout.
Okay. So since they're hearing him, but I also suck when I'm right next to somebody, I'm gonna. While Skrull is loading his guns, his tail is gonna whip out and try to hit him with his tail knife.
Okay. 25 definitely hits.
Well, right. Okay, and he's gonna go ahead, and I am gonna try to trip him this time.
Okay.
Okay. So he's gonna take 10 points, 4 plus the 8, plus he has to make a DC 15 strength check or he's tripped.
Strength check. Yep, he trips and falls flat on his face in front of you.
Okay, is he still up?
He's still alive.
Okay. Well, now I'm shooting him in the back, standing right above him. It's range, but I'm in 5 feet, so I get advantage now, right? Still?
You still have advantage as those two are assisting you.
Okay. So, yeah. So, this is sharpshooter. It's going to miss, even with advantage. That one's a crit, though. The second one's a crit.
Awesome. Roll damage for me.
Okay. Well, actually, damage is right there. So that is 21.
21. Okay.
And then I'm going to move to the back of the hold because I'm really hurt.
Okay, so he is dead. His brains are splattered across the floor from your last shot.
Okay. Well, then I'm not moving all the way to the back, but I am moving a little bit away from the ladder.
Hey,
So
you
I'm
need
not
to
the
roll
closest
another
to it.
D10. You didn't. That's only with one D10 then.
Oh, you're right. Well, I'd have to roll another D8, but he's dead.
Okay.
You're right. I do. There would be a slightly more damage, probably 4 to 5 points more.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. It is now. That one already went. That one went.
oh, no, that's the point, Scotty. The way this sheet works, it figures it out right there. So that's 18 normal damage plus 3 crit damage. That's right.
Okay.
Nope, not opening it. Don't want my phone to explode again. Alright, so we are now back to this guy who, seeing that his chains have been ineffective, is going to take out his rapier and attempt to hit you, Sadek. $25 to hit.
Yep.
13 points of piercing damage.
Yep, and I'm unconscious.
Okay. Rolf, you are up next.
Dwarven flurry of blows on the guy standing right next to me.
Okay.
And can I add my bardic inspiration to that?
Yes, you can.
16?
Yeah, that one hits.
Nice.
And 18 hits as well. And 19 hits as well. Whew.
Much better.
Holy crap. How would you like to describe how you take this guy out?
Evisceration. Messy.
Okay.
And then I step up next to this guy.
Alright. Syrinx, you are up next.
Let's see here. No more prisoners below except the illithid.
Mm-hmm.
Did Samayo go up topside, or are we both still down below?
You're still down below.
Awesome. Well, Syrinx will pick up his crowbar, kind of give it a deft twirl, and slowly just taking his time putting that back into his pack. And then he'll kind of lean against the wall and be like, "What do you think we should do now?"
Probably go upstairs and help the people that you just sent, your crew.
Yeah, but what if they lose? I really feel like hanging out in here and he like kind of grabs the bars and gives them a good little shake would send the right image to the other people who think they own this boat, just in case they win. That hey, I'm prepared to be a good prisoner for the rest of the voyage.
Hey, Sarek, you got the stone, right?
No, I do.
Oh, well, that's still good. We're all down here. That's fine.
Right?
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, Serix is not running topside. He's a runner, not a fighter. It's his flaw. So like, and his the top one is to always have an exit strategy. So basically, his exit strategy is to either pretend to be a willing and good prisoner for the rest of the voyage, or to escape via said stone.
Well, I have the stone.
And you're down below right now. See?
Right now, but I'm gonna go up and help the rest of the crew that you just freed.
Sameo,
be-
it is your turn now.
I'm going up. You did not present a good enough case because she doesn't want to be a prisoner, so she wants to make sure they win the fight. I'm gonna remember. I'm not obedient. So yeah, I'm gonna climb and look up, and who of my companions looks, I guess, most hurt or in trouble?
Well, Sadak has been hit a couple times, and he's got ropes around his ankles.
Sadak is unconscious.
Yeah.
Sadak is
Him then.
unconscious.
Him then. Where is it then? This one in front of him?
Yes.
Okay. I'll climb up and use my bonus action to shift Hunter's mark on him and shoot him.
Okay.
Should I just roll both hit? Or no, here.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, one got it.
Yep. One hits.
That's what? Oh, there we go. I was like, why isn't that going through?
Okay. He grunts as your arrow pierces into him.
Okay. If I can, I'll just kind of, since I'm hanging over the side, just kind of peek. I guess hide as much of myself as possible, still on or down the ladder.
So, yeah, you're probably better off if you're not on the ladder. Like if you're down below shooting up. Because otherwise you'd be in melee shooting a bow.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering where distance-wise the ladder is from that.
It's right in front of him.
Yeah, it's right in front of him.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I don't need to climb up. I'll stay down there and just shoot him.
Okay.
So I thought that, for some reason, I thought that one of these holes in the center was the ladder. I don't know why.
All right.
It's actually right where Sarek's mini is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So these two are gonna run up over here to these Gith that are attempting to deal with that cannon, and attempt to grapple them with their chains around each of their necks. One succeeds, so this guy right here has now got a garrote around his throat, and I'm going to go ahead and give him... And he takes 2 points of strangulation damage. And also gets kind of pulled away from the cannon a little bit.
It's bludgeoning damage, but
Thank
generally you keep track of how long he's been strangled.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. Alright, it is that one's turn. So these two are loading up their cannon, and with his help they are going to try to fire at the Dreamer again. And miss. And now you see another big tentacle come sliding towards the ship. And will yank this guy right off the ship. And you can all hear his screams in your head as he gets devoured. guy's turn. He was assisting. It's now his turn. So you can see this guy that in the robes is looking around. He sees his companions falling pretty quick. And he teleports out. No, actually he plane shifts. But you see him just like abandon his crew.
Lots of captains are doing that, it seems.
Rusty, you are up next.
So I believe I can move far enough to it, but I'm just going to move over to where Sadak's at. I believe it's. I can't move my character right now. Let me see if I. Oh, it's off. Anyway, so basically, I'm moving to Sadak, leading down, and it's saying in Celestial Debt to do Healing Word, 3rd level.
Okay.
So it's 3d8 plus 4. 18.
For 18? Cool.
So I'll just on the shoulder kind of thing and say, "Don't worry, you can pay me back later," or
Don't worry, you can pay me back later.
All right. Would you like to do anything else? Because healing word's a bonus action.
I meant to take Cure Wound because I did 3d8, not
Okay.
word.
Cure wounds. All right. You did do 3d8. All right. Bad Becca. All right. It is now that guy's turn. Looking around, you can hear in your minds him saying, "I surrender. Please don't have that thing eat me." And he is actually going to stop working with the cannon and surrender to Sarek's new crew members. So I will go ahead and I'll set him over here and take him out of turn order for the moment. All right, Sadak.
Well, I guess I'm going to take some swings at this guy right here.
Okay. 19 hits.
6 points, and then I'm going to do my extra attack against him as well.
24 hits.
So 10 points of damage altogether.
Okay. He is still standing, but you can see one of his eyes is kind of closing up from the blood from your attacks. Okay, Skralt, you are up next.
He's gonna shift so that he's standing right next to Samael. I'm just gonna be like, "You should really plug your ears." And I will take a sharpshooter attack at the guy that Sadak just attacked.
Okay.
That's gonna miss.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do a regular shot this time.
Okay. 22 hits.
Okay, so 14 damage.
Okay.
And then I will bonus action do the second wind.
Okay. And that's healing to you, right?
Yeah, because I was at 12 hit points.
Okay. All right, it is now his turn. He looks around, he sees his captain has fled, and he also plane shifts himself out. All right, Rolf.
Full attacks on the guy standing next to me.
Okay, you have advantage on this, as he is currently being strangled by this very raggedy looking human with a chain.
Nice.
That hits. Want to roll to see if it's okay? All right. Both hit.
Was I getting advantage on all 3 attacks?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all 3 hit. Okay. He is looking very, very rough. He is still up, though. Serix, is there anything you would like to do?
Yeah, since it probably sounds like things are dying down quite significantly, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk past the 2 snipers here, and I'm gonna pass them like, I don't know what's taking so long. What are you guys even doing down here? You playing hopscotch? And I'm gonna kind of step over them up onto the deck to survey what's left of the battle.
Oh man.
Okay, so you can see
So it looks like what this.
there are 3 Giths still standing. This one is over by the cannon. This one is being strangled, and this one has actually surrendered to, is holding its hands up and seems to have surrendered to your crew members.
Gotcha. So that was my move. For my actual action, I need to double check the range on this fun thing. Hopefully I wrote it down. So basically, you said I was already near the door. Where's the hatch? Where did that come up at?
So the hatch is roughly here.
Okay, so basically, one to the left gets me up there.
Mhm.
So that puts this guy here well within range.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, a vine kind of drops down into my right hand, and I kind of swirl it above my head, and it gets longer and longer, and then I go ahead and I'm going to whip this guy with my thorn whip.
Okay. You have advantage on the attack.
So I am not in the right spot. Roll 1d20 plus 7.
That definitely hits.
I'm not going to bother then with the other one. We'll just go straight up for the roll 2d6. That's the base damage. And I roll again, right? Or does it just multiply?
Yeah, roll 2 more d6 for me.
And so because I hit with the thorn whip, that brings him closer to me. But I'm already there, so.
Okay. Yeah, as the thorn whip rips into him, you can see his eyes roll back in his head, and he is very dead.
That's right. You have to lead from the front, Samayo. You can't be laying down on the job.
All right. Sameo, you are up next.
Man, I have the way out of here, and it's real tempting. Real tempting. Just peace out and leave your ass. No. Damn it. She's supposed to be nice. So look over at the character, and I guess we're joining now, and climb up the ladder too.
Okay.
What's happening with this guy over here?
He's by the cannon. The person that was assisting him just was eaten a moment ago. He's looking at it, terrified at the dreamer.
Are you surrendering?
You
yeah.
can hear in your mind, says, yes, please don't have him eat me, please.
Okay, then come here away from the cannons and just gesture him over.
Okay, so we are now going to leave initiative as the last 2 remaining Gith have surrendered to you, unless anybody wants to do anything prior to you guys tying them up.
God, it really is just so tempting to get out and leave. Specifically Sarah, but I won't.
I just love that these guys think that we could stop the tentacle thing from eating them.
Does anybody still look wounded amongst my crew?
Me.
And
I'm going to walk over
yeah.
to Seda, and I'm going to put a hand on his shoulder and says, "You have served well today." And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast. Where'd my cool spells go? I'm going to cast Healing Spirit upon him, which I have to Google because I don't remember. Bam.
That's like a D6 in a spot, right?
I think so.
Yep.
Then
Yeah.
for every
I was going to look.
spend in that spot.
Cool.
Yep. At the start of each of the person's turns, they get a d6 of healing. If they enter it for the first time during their turn, they get a d6 of healing.
And it's anybody, right? Like everybody could walk around and just
Yep.
move in that area.
There is a spotlight here where all those who served me well in this battle may come and rejuvenate.
Yeah, out of combat, it's actually a really overpowered spell in a lot of ways. So, what would you guys like to do? You have an entire hold down below of crates and other things that these Githyanki had down there. You've got 2 new crew members and 2 captured Gith.
Oh, I think we need to put those crew members in the cages.
The crew members?
The new crew, not our crew, not the guys we let out of the cage, but the Gith.
The Githyanki.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'd
so
actually be better off feeding them to the giant squid that got us here as tribute and gratitude.
No, I like the cage idea.
I mean, I'm okay with that too.
No,
Are they like tied up? Is this guy tied up yet?
They're already tied up. Yeah, both of them. We tied them up.
Yep.
Rolf will become confused about why he can't kill the last 2 Githyanki. Drop out of rage and get exhausted.
Okay.
'Cause that's a
And
thing.
I'm just going to go up there to this guy and just throw him over the ledge.
Yes!
Okay. You see one of the tentacles of the dreamer reach out and take him and eat him.
Nice. And there is the sound of clapping via prestidigitation just echoing across the deck.
All right. Apparently, Rusty wants to see the other one's brain eaten.
Rolf is going to go into the hold, look for food. Or possibly something that's drinkable.
So I want to see if any of these bodies have a finesse weapon.
Okay, a couple of them did have rapiers on them.
Yeah, I'll take one of their rapiers.
Rolf, what is your passive perception?
That's just like 10 plus wisdom, right?
I believe so, yes.
12.
Unless you're proficient,
Okay.
because then
Yep. Sameo, you are able to do what you have messaged. So, Rolf is down there trying to look for food, opening some crates.
I mean,
for the record, my passive perception is 20.
Alright, Syrinx, you do then see Sameo kind of sneak down in his hold.
I'm just going back down into the hold.
That's fair. I don't care. If you let Lucy lift it, that's on you. I'll just jump overboard.
And Rusty is like wanting to know if anyone else can drive the ship other than your new crew members.
Is that an Arcana check to see if we know how to drive the ship?
Yeah, if you go over to the helm, roll a Arcana check to see if you can see how the Gith were steer. Nope, you're
Nope.
not sure. They're
I'm a manager, not a doer. I'm gonna need someone else to take the helm.
You just
so
have coffee in your hand and watch.
so the elven person that you freed said, "I'll go ahead and take the helm," and steps over to what looks like a chair and rips a helmet off of one of the dead Gith and puts it on their own head. For Sameo, the Illithid is drooling. And as you open the cage, its tentacles kind of start reaching for your head.
Can I smack the tentacles away and try and communicate with it?
Sure, go ahead and what would you like to say?
If I free you, will you be nice? Real straightforward. If I free you, will you be nice?
It doesn't respond. It kind of looks at you glassily.
Does Rolf notice this going on down in the hold?
You are the only one down there, yeah.
Rolf, no, you actually don't.
I'm too busy on the search for food.
Mm-hmm.
What, would it be... Sorry. Would it be like survival or something to try and gauge how this thing would react? Because I believed what Sarix said earlier about how it would eat brains and everything. I
Yeah,
just want to double check.
sure. Go ahead, roll a survival check.
Okay. I'm trying to think of is there any way. I don't have anything. I'm a hippie. I have jack all. Oh, okay. What does that do?
You're not entirely sure, but it doesn't seem to be responding like an intelligent creature would.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll ask Rolf. Hey, Rolf. You weren't here earlier for that discussion with Sarix about it. What do you think we should do with this guy?
What guy?
This guy.
Notices it. Does Rolf recognize what an ithilid is?
Go ahead and give me either a nature or history check.
Please roll better than me. What
That's interesting.
attributes are nature or history? I have neither of those skills.
History would be intelligence. Nature, I think, is also intelligence. Or...
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
12?
What I missed?
No, it looks like a squid head person. What is everyone else doing while Sameo and Rolf are discussing the illithid?
Eric was just managing personnel on the top deck, trying to figure out how the thing works since he's got crew members that do know, maybe get some cross training going, get them to explain to everybody so that they don't have to be the only people driving for the rest of the voyage.
Okay. That's going to take a while to get other people trained up, but the elf explains it's fairly simple. You attune yourself to the helm, and then you use your spells to drive the ship.
Did anybody pick up that great sword?
Not as yet.
I'll pick that up and see what that's going on with that thing.
Alright, go ahead and give me a Arcana or Investigation check. Okay, yeah, this is a silvered greatsword. It does psychic damage as well as slashing damage, and if the Githyanki, you can also sense from the sword that if someone was projecting their soul out of their body, you could sever the connection.
Cool.
Yes, Sameo, you can do that.
Okay, then that's what I'll do.
Okay, so you hear back that illithids do eat the brains of people. It sounds like a feeble mind spell has been cast on it if you're describing how it's just drooling and not responding, and
Okay.
that it's basically an animal at this point unless you can free its mind from whatever is causing it.
Oh, she's a ranger. She can communicate with animals, right?
Animal companion, retarded ithilid.
Can I actually do that?
No, it's still a humanoid. The spell doesn't quite work that way.
What if it's just the head part?
She puts a leash on it, like, a little jewel-studded collar, walks it around like her new pet.
I mean, you could do that.
No,
Rolf will
I
turn
feel
towards,
good.
Rolf will ask Sameo what the thing is. Probably, knee it in the ribs.
I would explain to him what I just found out and ask, should I kill it? Should I free it? Should I leave it here? I don't know how morally she's having a conundrum because she needs to free everything because it deserves freedom.
You can free it off the ledge.
I was gonna say I know what will happen if I bring it upstairs. So
You bring it upstairs, it's going off that ledge.
I know
Eat
that's why I'm
brains?
trying to figure this out first.
The nasty critter eats brains.
Yes,
And it's
apparently.
got tentacles, don't like that.
You've got a thing against tentacles, don't you?
Maybe.
Alright. Well, I don't want to kill it, but I guess
Don't
I'll-
worry. Rolf will put a dagger in it.
I was gonna say that. I was like, well, I don't want to kill it, Shank.
Okay.
Oh well.
So I am not going to have you roll for the attack because it's basically right up against the bars. Its tentacles were reaching towards your guys' heads. You can definitely kill the illithid. So the illithid is now dead in the cage.
Can I have that circlet on its head? The feeble mind.
Yeah,
trait?
you can.
You
You're gonna
put it
have
on and go dumb.
you are going to have to pry it off its head because it did seem to have like cut into it a little bit. But
Okay.
yes, you now have the circlet.
In my pocket. I'm not putting it on. 'Cause I know better.
Okay.
Shockingly, but I'll put it in my pocket.
Okay, about this time, Skrult is going to come down the stairs and watch you with the circlet and be like, you know, I was worried about you, but you handled your first bushwhacking pretty well. Glad you're on our side.
What's that? What? Okay.
Bushwhacking, you know, where you kill people when they're not ready for it and take their shit.
I didn't. It was Rolf, though.
Sure, whatever makes you feel happier and better about yourself. I mean, some people do that. Anyway, good work. Great work, Ralph.
He's just gonna left turn. Oh, I want to see your gun, and start a conversation about anything other than her moral dilemma, because she's not ready to face that shit. She wants to know what's up with your gun, though, because that's interesting.
Oh, yeah, he'll totally show you his gun. So flip him over and be like, well, so these little cartridges I'm making myself, and they go in here. This little hammer. I mean, a lot of guns you have to like load and you have to prime the powder, but this is a little more advanced.
Ooh.
I've been looking at the cannons up there. They seem to shoot lightning. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I can do that eventually.
Yeah, do that.
It's a whole new world.
You pull an Arnold Schwarzenegger, just go grab that cannon off and carry it around on your shoulder.
On his back.
Yeah. Just in case.
Boom, boom, boom.
Alright, Sameo, you do hear in your head from the stone Miss saying, so are you guys going to take the ship? Do you want me to head off? Or was there anything down in the hold that maybe will have cleared our contract?
We haven't finished searching yet. I think everyone got distracted, but I'll look around and I'll start searching for that diamond or anything that could help with that.
So down in the hold, there are a couple chests that have fairly large jewels in them. There's a lot of food down there. There's fabrics. Lots of pirate spoils, basically.
Okay.
So, go ahead and do a wisdom check for me on if you're looking specifically for a diamond that might be large enough for Mist.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you find one that you think is about the size that would cost 100,000.
Tell her immediately. I think I found it.
All right, are you ready to come back, or
I don't know about everybody else, but
Like, peace sign. Deuces, everybody.
yeah? So Sameo, you feel the dreamer pull you back. You are once more in the cockpit of the dreamer. And so we are now going to wrap up our two-shot. The crew, Sameo, you are going to be allowed to head back to, like, the Dreamer will be able to send you back to the other vessel if you want to continue traveling with them.
I'll decide later.
Okay.
Come on, we're a great crew.
Yeah. So you are able to take...
I liked two of you.
So you are now the proud owners of the Astral Knife. Mist will head off somewhere and resurrect Rendell. So Sameo, if you chose to continue with the Dreamer, at some point you now have a very sassy dwarf that is traveling with Mist on the Dreamer.
Uh-huh.
And as she continues traveling, every so often Nox does show up, and she just like teases the crap out of him every time you overhear them talking. And she keeps denying ever having the rest of you on board her vessel, despite the fact that he insists that, according to Ravnica, that she took you guys away. According to something that may come up
Tomorrow.
I think Knox can totally, on the inside of that ship, smell Skrult's cigars. Like, because that smell just doesn't go away.
The Dreamers filtration units actually liked it and reproduced it. So the whole ship smells like cigars.
So I hope everyone enjoyed the little two-shot.
Yes, super fun.
Who wants to do a one-shot next?
I'm gone for 2 weeks, but I can do one after that.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end the